Today I effed up by enraging the parents of my girlfriend by pretending not to know what a potato is. Let me tell you that I have made a bad mistake this evening. My girlfriend, who let me tell you is only my second girlfriend of all time, said I am invited to dinner with her and her parents. I was very aghast, nervous, and bashful to be invited to such a situation. But I knew it must be done. I met them nicely, I should tell you, and it started off in a good way. The idea slapped my mind that I should do a comic bit, to make a good impression and become known to them as a person who is amusing. When I saw that baked potatoes were served, I got the idea that it would be very good if I pretended I did not know what potatoes was. That would be funny. Well, let me tell you, backfired on my face. I'll tell you how. So first, when the potato became on my plate, I acted very interesting. I showed an expression on my face so as to seem that I was confused, astounded, but in a restrained way, curious, and interested. They did notice, and seemed confused, but did not remark. So I asked, "This looks very interesting. What is this?" They stared at me and the mother said, "It's a baked potato." And I was saying, "Oh, interesting, a baked, what is it again?" And she was like, "A potato." And I was like, "A potato, oh interesting. Never heard of a potato, looks pretty good." And then they didn't see I was clowning, but thought I really did not know what is a potato. So I knew I would be very shamed, humiliated, depressed, and disgusted if I admitted to making a bad joke, so what I did was to act as if it was not a joke, but I committed to the act of pretending I didn't know what a potato is. They asked me, very incredulous, did I really not know what a potato is? That I never heard of a potato. I went with it and told them, yes, I did not ever even hear of a potato. Not only had I never eaten a potato, I had never heard the word potato. This went on for a bit and my girlfriend was acting very confused and embarrassed by my fucked up antics, and then the more insistent I was about not knowing what a potato is was when them parents starting thinking I did know what a potato was. Well, let me tell you, I had to commit 100% at this point. When I would not admit to knowing what a potato was, the father especially began to get annoyed. At one point he said something like, "Enough is enough. You're fucking with us. Admit it." And I said, "Sir, before today I never heard of a potato. I still don't know what a potato is, other than some kind of food. I don't know what to tell you." Well, let me tell you, he got very annoyed. I decided to take a bite of the potato, and when I did I made a high-pitched noise and said, "Tastes very strange." That is when the father started yelling at me, and the mother kept saying, "What are you doing?" And my girlfriend went to some other room. Finally the father said I should get the fuck out of his house, and I said it was irrational to treat me like this just because I never heard of a potato before. Well, let me tell you, he didn't take that kindly. Now in text messages I have been telling my girlfriend I really don't know what a potato is. The only way I can ever get out of this is for them to buy that I don't know what a potato is. I wish I never started it, but I can't go back. I think she will break up with me anyway.
Invite your girlfriend to meet your parents. Have your father take her aside and ask if potatoes were served at the dinner with her parents. When she says yes, he looks alarmed, mutters something about wanting to keep them from him, and never mentions the subject again.
When confronted about this horrible joke, insist it never happened with the same level of commitment. Maybe they will just think you have a brain disorder.
F. Send them a bouquet of potatoes as an apology.
I've been with this sub almost since its inception. I follow idiots fighting things, and Tumblr in action, too. This is the dumbest fucking thing I have ever read on this entire website. Why? OP. Why? I'm not trying to be mean. It's impressive, really. When she tells you she's breaking up with you, tell her you don't know what a breakup is. Commit to that, and exert your dominance.
This is literally the dumbest thing I have ever heard. This is one of my favorite fuck-ups ever. It's got everything. Potatoes, girls, dads, confusion, and yelling. I love the fact you thought of this, and I love that the parents got so mad about it. What I love about this post is that in my eyes, you completed your goal of being hilarious. Pretending not to know what a potato is isn't what's funny is you played it as a character almost and made this huge awkward situation. You were so committed you made your girlfriend's parents turn into angry lunatics. The humor of the palpable tension and awkwardness, at least it sets me off, is already great, but think of the story you now have. You made a girlfriend's parents hate you within an hour of meeting you because you acted like you didn't know what a potato is. It's honestly hard to think of dumber, more innocuous things to elicit such a reaction. That's amazing. I feel like this is something Norm Macdonald would do in love.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You need to commit 100% to this now. Invent a religion, perhaps an obscure offshoot of Roman Catholicism formed after the Irish potato famine that eschews potatoes in all their forms. Create a Wikipedia page. Find a passage in the Bible that supports it, literal interpretation of beasts of the field perhaps, maybe claim beasts as close to the old Irish word for potatoes. You are going to have to get creative. Reveal all of this to the girlfriend's family as though you just found out yourself. Tell them you went home and asked your parents about it and they sat you down and told you that they were part of this religion and had raised you in observance of its tenets. You can then roll your eyes and act like your parents are the weirdest, most embarrassing people on earth for putting you in this situation. Oh, and they told you French fries were made from bread because it was the one indulgence they allowed. Never let your parents and her parents meet unless they have been briefed and can be trusted to dive on any grenades.
I gotta say, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. Your only hope is to come clean. In fact, just link your girlfriend to this post and tell her to show her parents. Oh, and also you should apologize profusely.
I can't tell if this is a "today I effed up" or a Latvian dinner party.
I know a breakup sounds bad at the moment, but you may have the greatest breakup story ever.
You are a fucking idiot.
You literally just had to say, "Sorry, that was a bad joke," at the very beginning. You would be having sex right now.
You have a strange sense of humor, OP.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Gotta tell you, Spanky, I've read a lot of mess ups on this page, but yours takes the cake. You need to learn what humor is before you try it out first time on your girlfriend's parents. Some things are genuinely funny, but insulting your girlfriend's parents isn't one of them. The best thing you could do is to go over to her house and admit that you were very aghast, nervous, and bashful to be invited to such a situation. And tried to get through it by using some impromptu humor which clearly backfired. It's called telling the truth. Give it a try. If not, you've only got yourself to blame. One other tidbit: when you've made someone so mad that they tell you to get the F out of his house, don't try to challenge that person by telling them they're being irrational. You were a guest. No one hired you as the smart-ass comedian for the night.
When I was in high school, I committed to doing a Mexican accent for a day. The teachers started to get really mad. I told them I couldn't stop because I had been doing it too long and couldn't change my voice to normal. None of the teachers believed me, but some of the kids did.
Except OP is not telling the full story. He trolled them and they knew it. They gave him several outs, and he didn't take them, so eventually he got his ass kicked out. I'm just amazed that somewhere in your brain you just kept thinking, "No, keep going. You're all in. There's no backing out now." When I admit that I actually know what a potato is, it's gonna be fucking hilarious. They will love me for this and we will all laugh. What the actual fuck? Please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.